Well, in the last 7 days, I got all of these job offers, all data analysis roles, without a certificate, a degree, or even bootcamp, just by using real strategy. If you've ever felt like you are invisible, like nobody's reading your resume, like you're doing everything right, but getting nowhere, I was there too, until I did these things very differently, changed my strategy. So basically, I'm going to break down the strategy, how I used, and I will show you exactly how I was able to flip the script, went from 0 to 10 offers, and never had to send a cover letter again in my life. Well, the strategy that I use is unconventional, so sit tight. The first thing you are going to do is go to your job platform, whether Upwork, Indeed, or LinkedIn. I don't use Upwork, but if you do, go to Upwork, go and search for the role you are applying for, whether data analyst, graphic designer, or virtual assistant. Now filter the dates back to 6 months ago, 12 months ago, or 2 years ago, but don't go beyond 2 years. Now I'm going to tell you why later. Then you screenshot all of these job posts because you're going to send it back to them. Go to apollo.io or hunter.io. Go and look for the recruiter's email address. So after you've done that, after you've got to the recruiter's email address, you're going to send a cold email. If they still have an opening for that role, attach a link of your portfolio and attach a screenshot of that particular post so they know the job post you are talking about, you're referring to. Yes, I always attach an image to my email. Now, when you do this, one of 3 things is going to happen. If you are lucky enough and they are looking for a virtual assistant or that job role is open, they will send you their Calendly link to book a session with you. Yes, it has happened to me a lot. And number 2 is, if you are not lucky, they are not looking for, and I think they will just tell you, would keep you in mind for future opportunities. Number 3 is, if your subject line is not catchy enough, rather than starting with, hey, I'm Emmanuel, a social media manager, introducing yourself is a total waste of time. It sounds like every other cold pitch out there. Here's what you should do instead. As a social media manager, hey, just saw your last TikTok video, love the energy. But what if I told you I could hook your first 3 seconds harder with a start or a surprise video? Well, I mocked up a version. If you're curious enough, I could send it to you. I didn't introduce myself. I didn't list any skill. I led with relevance and deliver curiosity. That message got me over 80% response rate. Now you've done all that. The reason why this works is because the person they hired 1 or 2 years ago could have resigned or their contract could be over. The next strategy is offering microservices. This is one underrated move that changed everything. I started selling microservices instead of generic freelance gigs. Not, I am a data analyst, that's too vague. I said, I will fix your broken sales dashboard. I give you 3 actionable insights within 72 hours, unless it's free. There is no way I wouldn't deliver within 72 hours, meaning I will get paid at the end of it. So this is why it's a strategy to actually get paid. There is no way I wouldn't deliver within 72 hours. So I didn't pitch, and the product sold itself because it promised results. The next step is visibility engineering using Twitter, Reddit, or LinkedIn. While most people were applying to jobs and waiting for reply, I was engineering visibility. That's the part no one talks about. Not just about being skilled, but about being seen by the right people. And that's beginning to show, that's like showing up where recruiters and decision makers actually hang out. I wasn't posting open to work banners. I was dropping value on Twitter, Reddit, and LinkedIn. I posted tear-down threads, before-after dashboards, mini case studies, and real-time breakdowns of how I improved client metrics. Not just what I did, but how I did it. That's built credibility fast with strangers. People started tagging me in job threads. I wasn't applying anymore. People were offering me intros. The next step is reverse job matching. Once that engine was running, I activated what I call reverse job matching. Most people are applying to jobs manually. I flipped it. I use tools like Loop CV and Teal to apply to filtered high-fit data roles automatically in the background. So I didn't send 300 random resumes. I filtered it by niche, company size, and role structure. Then I used ChatGPT to tailor resumes and keywords per vertical, SaaS, e-commerce, healthcare, logistics. That gave me both scale and personalization. I woke up to interviews booked while other people were still formatting cover letters. The next one we are going to be talking about is strategic gig work for stability. Now, here's the part most people actually even miss. While I was growing online visibility and automating job outreach, I still needed money. I didn't let that be an excuse. I used gig apps like DoorDash, InstaWork, TaskRabbit to keep my cash flow alive. That gave me the power to say no to low-paying jobs and yes to strategic work. Even if it was unpaid at first, the beauty room was everything. So the next strategy I used was the 555 DM strategy. This is the value first outreach. But this is one of the most effective things I did that almost no one talks about. It was outbound. This is sending direct messages, cold outreach, not to pitch myself, but to trigger real conversations that could actually convert. So this is what I call 555 DM strategy. Every single day, I reach out to 5 recruiters on LinkedIn, 5 recruiters on Twitter, and 5 recruiters on Reddit. This is 15 messages sent out every day. That is 450 relationship seeds planted in just 1 month. Most people won't even send up to 25 in a year or even up to 10 in a year. Now, here's the best part that makes or breaks your outreach. Your first 2 seconds of your message. Most DMs start with, "Hi, I'm Emmanuel. I'm a data analyst. I can do this, I can do that." Delete that. It's invisible and it sounds like every other outpitch or cold pitch out there. Here's what you should say instead. "Hey, I saw you are hiring for a data analyst. I rebuilt a dashboard for a Shopify brand that had a similar churn problem. Happy to show you the insight it revealed could be useful even in short term." Now, if you check it well, I did not introduce myself. I did not list any skill. I led with relevance and delivered curiosity. This message always gets me response rate. At least it has gotten me 80% of response rate. This is a short message, insight-led, value first. That's what cuts do actually. No one has time for a paragraph about your background. But if you can identify their pain and attach it to a preview of value, they would surely respond. They have no choice than to actually respond. Now, for the last strategy on this video, I'm going to be talking about the best part of it. So this is the free trial framework. This is the show, don't tell, equals to the case study fueling. And now the strategy that turned conversations into real paying work faster than anything else. I offered free trials, but not random, not I'll do anything kind of offers. I was strategic about it. I found people who were already investing in their business, people with paid tools, growing audiences, or sales funnels in motion. These weren't strangers who ghosted me, who would have ghosted me actually. They were people who had leverage and a reason to care. In return, I only asked for 2 things: a testimonial and the permission to showcase the before and after. That turned into public proof, case studies, portfolio bullets, and credibility that no certificate could actually touch. Most people are terrified to work for free. But here's what they don't understand. You don't get exploited if you control the offer. I defined the scope, I set the timeline, I picked the client. This wasn't about begging, it was about engineering leverage fast. Because the truth is, this is the hardest part of getting hired. This isn't skills, it's trust. And nothing builds trust faster than showing, not telling, that you can solve problems before money even enters the picture. That's what flipped the game. After the trials, I didn't have to chase people anymore. They chased me. So I was able to land 10 job offers in 1 week with no certificate, no referrals, no fancy resume, just proof, consistent proof, and that's what flipped the game for me. I didn't wait till I got picked. I built leverage piece by piece, visible proof, unique offers, real conversations, and results before resume. And here's the truth no one tells you. In 2025, companies don't hire potential, they hire clarity. If you can solve problems visibly, they will come to you. So whether you are just starting out or you're feeling stuck, remember, degrees don't land you anymore. And I can beat my chest about it. Proof and people do. Go and build both. And if you want help building it, the offers, the outreach, the visibility, all of it, hit the subscribe button. I'll break it all step by step in ways no course I've ever done. You will live with a plan, not just an inspiration. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. You don't want to miss tips like this that would give you high impact in your job search, because the market is saturated. That's the truth. So you would prevail. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.